All right, today we're going to do a quick lesson. It's going to show you how to do this effect where it looks like your name is being written on the screen. So you're going to start by going to File and saying New, and you're going to get yourself an HTML5 canvas. Let me push my toolbar back over here for a second. In that canvas, I'm going to set up my stage. I'm going to set my properties here. I'm going to put it 12 frames per second. I'm going to make this 300 pixels wide and 100 pixels tall. And that makes a really small banner appear in this window. The banner shape is actually something that you can use while you can put it into another document. That's why we're making it so small, so that it can just be a component piece of some other document. But if you want to see it zoomed in, you can pull this down to fit in window. The next thing you can do, okay, I want to choose a color, you surely can. The next thing you can do here is switch to your text tool. And when you got your text tool selected, you can choose a font. I always like to choose one that looks like handwriting or something close to it. And you can choose a color. Now I'm going to go ahead and just click and let go and write my name. My name is Heather. If you highlight it, you can decide you don't love the font you've chosen and choose another font. That's up to you. Knock yourself out. I'm going to go with that one, for example. You can also change the size here by clicking and dragging. And additionally, you can use the free transform tool to change your size more if you'd like. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to turn this into something that's editable with an eraser. Right now, it's only editable with my type tool. I can get in there and I can use the type tool to break it apart into pixels. That's the necessary next step in order to make it editable with an eraser. So I'm going to go to Modify, and I'm going to say Break Apart. Break Apart's right here. What that does is it takes all the letters of my name and separates them out. So now each letter is an individual entity that you can move apart from one another. We need to break it apart one more time. So go to Modify, Break Apart a second time, and now you see the pixels. Let me zoom way in so you can see what I'm talking about. Before I broke it apart, it looked like this. When I broke it apart the first time, it put those lines between the letters. When I broke it apart a second time, you can see that it looks all pixelated. Now you see what I'm doing. You're about to see one of my very favorite shortcuts, but before I get to that shortcut, I'm going to find you the eraser tool. And that's where I'm going to need to show you the toolbar a little better. It's hard for you to see the bottom of my toolbar here, so I'm just pulling it out, but you don't need to do this. If you can see the bottom of your toolbar, you're all set. You're going to find your eraser tool. That's your eraser tool right there. And then right here, the very last thing on your toolbar, it probably looks like this right now, is where you can set up the size of your eraser. You are going to make keyframes, and at each keyframe, erase a little bit of your word. So what I'm going to do is start by showing you my favorite shortcut. You can't see it on the screen, but if you look at the very top row of your keyboard that's in front of you, you'll see there are keys with the letter F and a number after them. If you press the one that says F6, it just built me a new keyframe right there. So I'm going to F6 and make a keyframe, and then I'm going to take the eraser and erase a little bit of my R. F6, another keyframe, and more erasing, F6, and more erasing. I'm going to go ahead and keep going, F6. And I'm going to pause this recording for just a moment so that I can jump ahead, but you can pause as well if you need some time to erase your name. I'm going to pause my recording. Okay, I've kind of jumped ahead a little. You see I've got a ton of keyframes here. I'm going to keep pushing F6 and erasing little bitty bits. And now I'm finished. The whole thing is gone. You can actually see that that last keyframe is blank. So I'm going to zoom in and make sure you can see that. Oops. You can see I've got all these full keyframes, and then the very last one is blank, right? Let me zoom that back out so you can get back to normal. If I played this back right now, if I clicked on play on my timeline, it would look like my name was devouring itself, starting with the R and going backwards. What you need to do as a last step is select the entire layer, select it like that, go to Modify, go to Timeline, and tell it to reverse frames. When you do that, then it looks like your name is writing itself, which is exactly what you're trying to do. If you have that, then you're done for the day and you need to show me your work.